a while back we learned how to do the quarter method. We later learned how to do the regular granny square. And now there is another way of doing the granny square in the quarter method, and that is by doing straight rows. And what you will need is a crochet hook, some strap yarn, and perhaps a pair of scissors. Once you have all of these materials, let's head over to the table and get started. See you guys soon. To start off our straight granny square pattern, we're going to start chaining a multiple of 3. So go ahead and grab your yarn, create a slip knot, and chain a multiple of 3. And when you have that multiple, I'll meet you back, and then we'll start row 1. At the end of your 21 chains, or however many multiples of 3 that you did, you're just going to add 4 more chains. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. To start our row, we're just going to count from this chain to the 7th chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And into the 7th chain, we are going to double crochet, and that will count as the start of row 1. So go ahead and yarn over. Go into this stitch right there, yarn over, pull up a loop, and do a double crochet. And that chain 4 would count as our first double crochet plus 1. So just yarn over and do 2 more double crochets into that same stitch. And that will complete our first shell of the row. There's 2. And here is 3. To continue on, we are going to chain 1 to act as a spacer, skip 2, 1, 2, and work 3 double crochets into that 3rd chain. And that is just like you would do in a granny square, but we are doing it in a straight row. There's 1, 2, and 3. So we are going to repeat that pattern all the way down until you have 2 chains left. We're going to chain 1, skip 2 chains, so 1, 2, and work into the 3rd chain. And just continue on. I'll meet you back at the end of the row, and just remember to add a chain 1 to space it out. And that will be a chain 1 at the end of your 3 double crochets. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. And chain 1. So at the end of row 1, you should have technically 3 chains left. And that counts the chain that was right here where you crocheted your last shell. So just yarn over, finish it off with a chain 1, and I went in the yarn over and end our row with a double crochet into that third chain. And that just makes it even with the first part of the row. And just finish it off with a double crochet. And your row should look something like this. At the end of row 2, you should have your chain 1 and your chain 3 at the end right here. So what we're going to do is yarn over it and finish our row off with the shell right in between that space. And I will just make it even with the first part of row 2. So just complete that shell with 3 double crochets into that same space, and we'll finish row 2. And your row should look something like this now. To continue our rows, we are going to repeat row 1 and row 2. So, because we are on an odd row now, we are going to do row 1 all over again. So instead of the chain 4 like we did for row 1, we are just going to chain 3. And that will count as our double crochet plus our chain 1. So just turn your work and work your first shell right into this next space. We're just going to continue that all the way down until our last shell. Just remember, you have 3 double crochets into that space, then do a chain 1 as a spacer. There's 2 and 3. Go ahead and chain 1, and do 3 double crochets into that space again, and I'll meet you back at the end of the row. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. At the end of row 3, we are just going to yarn over and work into the top of that third double crochet right there. Now just make it even with the beginning of our row. And you can just go through both loops, but I just went through one. So we're going to chain 2, turn our work, and because this is an even row now, we're just going to yarn over and do 2 double crochets right into that little space. And I think you guys got the hang of this now, so I will let you guys go and meet you back for the 4th row. Actually, this is the 4th row, so I'll just meet you back at the end of the 4th row. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Just remember to chain 1 at the end of every shell. At the end of row 4, you should have 1 space left, so just yarn over and complete it with a double crochet shell. So just do 3 double crochets right into that space, We're then going to chain 2 and then continue the pattern, repeat. And that is how you do granny squares in straight rows for like a little dishcloth or a little blanket or something like this. So I hope you guys have enjoyed learning how to do the straight double crochet with me. No, not the straight double crochet, the straight granny square row. Sorry about that. And I hope to see you all next week. Goodbye!